Sup y'all, it's Fall Night and I hope you had a fantastic day today because today we're back with a brand new video of this structured deck challenge that I gave myself last time for a Genesis format. Today we're back with the Red Dragon ARCHFIEND structure deck, the Crimson King structure deck, and yeah, it's really a bizarre one to do to do this challenge because, well, let me just show you quickly right now. As you can see, well, the deck doesn't have the same problem as the Blue Eyes, which is, to exceed the Genesis maximum point. I mean, we're just at 11 because of Danger Nessie, Danger Chupacabra, and Alt Red Dragon ARCHFIEND King Calamity. So if you're just buying one structure deck, you can immediately play it, but is only playing one structure deck that good? I mean, if you're really limited with your budget, or you're just really a casual players that only play maybe one in a lifetime of, on the moon, maybe that's a great option. Like you just play that deck and you don't have to be worried about the Genesis maximum points since, well, the deck costs only 11 points. But for consistency and, for being able to do real plays and be able to really play the game without getting stopped on by your opponents or even your friends and around the corner of the table, maybe playing just only one isn't that great. Of course, like I said, if it's the only option, do it, but otherwise I will not recommend it. Instead, we're going to go through all this deck, and after that I'm going to show you the real deck list that I made based on 3 structure deck of this deck. So let's take a look. All right, first of all, let's say, I will just be honest, almost all the cards in this deck suck ass. Of course, there's really good one. All the resonators are good. Where Resonator Call, Resonator, Engine, all the Resonator Engine is really good. We also have ARCHFIEND and, where is the Wandering King will win. That is really good. But outside of that, the rest of the deck really struggle. I mean, we also have Crimson Gaia and Red Zone that are really good, and the same as Fiendish Chain and Fiendish Golem that are still good, that can do the job. And of course, the Pot of Extravagance. That's really nice. But outside of these, the rest of the deck is really bad. Like, we have the Danger Chupacabra. Like, you maybe can say yourself that they're good because they cost point, but not in this deck, because yes, Danger Chupacabra is a fiend, so that can work with almost all of the deck, but Danger Nessie is an aqua, and if you discard it, you have to add one danger card from your deck that is not Danger Nessie, so you have to add Chupacabra, and it's really not that great. It's really not that great. It's not a great engine, plus it can, fuck you up when you have cards in your hand that you still need. So yeah, I don't know, I didn't feel that Danger is a really cool and fun archetype and really good to play, but in this deck it was not really the great pieces. And as for the extra deck, of course, we have Alt Red Dragon ARCHFIEND Abyss that is really good. We have Alt Red Dragon ARCHFIEND Bane. We have Calamity, of course, that is here. We have all the Red Supernova and Red Nova, and the Red Nova Dragon, and of course the Red Rising Dragon. But it's not that great. So it has been a challenge for me to build a deck around a good Genesis deck based on 3 structure deck of this deck. And you know what? Let me just show you what I came out with. So this is the list that I made based on the 3 structure deck. First of all, we have 3 Battle Fader. I want to play some End Trap. Battle Fader was there, it was fun, and when I open it monster deck like a direct attack, you can special summon this card from your hand, then end the battle phase. So is it great? No, but does it do the job as a free End Trap? Yes. We have 3 ARCHFIEND, we have 2 Crimson Resonator, 2 Red Resonator, 3 Red Sprinter, 3 Soul Resonator, 1 Synchro Resonator, 2 Vision Resonator, and 3 Wandering King Whirlwind. That's all our monsters. So let's go through it, alright? We have 3 ARCHFIEND. ARCHFIEND is really good alongside the Soul Resonator. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can send one other card from your hand or field to the graveyard and special summon this card. And he has another effect that is really important when playing with the Soul Resonator, which is you can target one face monster you control that has a level, send one Fiend Tuner from your hand or deck to graveyard, and if you do, increase or decrease that monster level by 1. So what is the usual combo? You're going to use this effect to target Soul Resonator and sending Vision Resonator to the graveyard to make Soul Resonator decrease by 1 level, which is going to be then level 6. Vision Resonator is then going to trigger in the graveyard, because as you can see here, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 spell trap that mention Red Dragon Resonator, 1 Red Dragon ARCHFIEND from your deck to your hand. So you still have combination here. We can add, for example, we can have the Fiendish Golem, that is one of our trap that is really good. We could have Crimson Gaia, we can add the Red Zone, we can add another, I know it's only spell trap, so yeah, it's either Crimson Gaia, Fiendish Golem, or Red Zone. So that's good, you know, that make you add more card. That's really good. And after that, you can do level 6 synchro into Red Rising Dragon, that is then going to special summon back Soul Resonator to make them a level 8, not level 8, level 9, sorry, yeah, level 9, which is then going to do Hard Red Dragon ARCHFIEND Abyss, which is really, really good in this deck. As for the spell and trap, of course, we have Crimson Gaia. I mean, you can only with this you can search Soul Resonator, which is really, really good. You have 3 Pot of Extravagance, you have 3 Resonator Call, 2 Resonator Command. Discard 1 Resonator monster, add 1 level 4 lower monster from your deck to your hand. So in case you have bricky hands with only Resonators, this card can help a lot. We have 1 Resonator Engine for if grind game, so if the game goes long enough, you can still, you know, you redo the combos again. We have 3 Friendish Chain, which this trap are already necessary in this deck for more defensive in the deck. Activate this card by targeting 1 effect monster on the field, negate the effect of that face-up monster while it's on the field. Also, that face-up monster cannot attack, so that's really good if you want to like negate up a search or something like that. It's like a bad Ash, I will say, you know, something like that, a bad effect veiler, but that's not the job actually. We have 2 Fiendish Golem, target 1 monster on the field with 2000 or more attack and banish it until the end phase of the next turn. Then if you activate this card while you control Red Dragon or Fiend or Synchro monster that mention it, you can set one Fiendish Chain directly from your deck or graveyard. So, you know, we have more negates after that. That's really good. And of course, we have the Raison, which is really good also. As for the extra deck, the reason why we're playing 3 of each is because, of course, of the Pot of Extravagance. But that's not only it. I take a look at all the, you know, the others extra deck monster available in this deck, and it's not quite that good. I will explain why. Of course, Red Dragon ARCHFIEND King Calamity is really good. Of course, Nova is really good. But the problem is that by using only the cards and the extra deck, these can be really breaky in the extra deck. I mean, it'll be really hard for you to do a combo that will allow you to always be able to, you know, synchro summon these monsters. Red Dragon ARCHFIEND Bane, which is level 9, I think so. Yeah, it's level 9, level 10, sorry. Yeah, level 10, is also not really that great. You can tribute 1 monster, then target 1 Red Dragon ARCHFIEND monster in your graveyard, special summon it. When this card inflict battle damage to your opponent, you can special 2 tuners with the same level, 1 from your deck and 1 from your graveyard and defense position. So yeah, these cards can help you out, but I feel like I wanted more consistent because of the, like, since we're playing the Pot of Extravagance, we want to make sure that we at least have 1 Red Rising Dragon, 1 Scar Dragon ARCHFIEND, 1 Red Dragon ARCHFIEND Abyss, to make sure that we still have these for the combos. So that's why I removed the Red Dragon ARCHFIEND Calamity, which, you know, normally you just play 1. I don't want to have 3 of these in my extra deck. Same for the Red Nova Dragon and Red Supernova Dragon. As you can see, the Red Dragon ARCHFIEND Bane is not really, you know, I had to change. I have a choice to make between this card and the Scarlet Red Dragon ARCHFIEND. I prefer to use the Scarlet Red Dragon ARCHFIEND because, yes, it's more easier to summon, but it's not only that, is that it's a board wipe on command. Once per turn, you can destroy as many other special summon effect monsters on the field as possible with attack less or equal to this card, then inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each monster destroyed. So I prefer to choose, you know, the option of having a board wipe on common when needed, other than this card that is, you know, is quite situational. So for the consistency reasons, that's why I have 3 Red Dragon ARCHFIEND Abyss, 3 Red Dragon ARCHFIEND, 3 Red Rising Dragon, 3 Scarlet Red Dragon ARCHFIEND, and 3 Scar Dragon ARCHFIEND. And now you're going to ask me why I decided to play 3 Red Dragon ARCHFIEND. Well, it's because I have follow-up with this card. For example, Scarlet Dragon ARCHFIEND. If we're going to play turn 2, if we're going to, you know, play after our first turn, if this card is sent from the monster zone to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 Red Dragon ARCHFIEND from your extra deck. So this is it. So we have more follow-up when we're going to play later on, because as you can see, we can use Scar Dragon ARCHFIEND and either a Synchro Resonator or one of the Resonator that is, you know, decreased by 1 level thanks to the Born ARCHFIEND to do all Red Dragon ARCHFIEND Abyss. So yeah, we have a lot of follow-up, we have a lot of consistency, so we can still do stuff, you know, of course we have all the stuff that, you know, mention Red Dragon ARCHFIEND in the graveyard and stuff like that, so I think it in the extra deck zone is really, really good. So now it's time for the replay. Let's show you this replay. Alright, it's time for the first replay for this structure deck. So first of all, we're going to, of course, start with declare the Crimson Resonator. This card, if you control no monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. It's like an extender, it's not really a starter, but you can do stuff with it. And of course, we're going to special summon the Wandering King Wellwine. If you control a Fiend Tuner with 1500 or less attack, you can special summon this card from your hand, so that's really good. we're going to use the both of them to then synchro summon into Red Rising Dragon, which is then going to declare his effect. When this card is synchro summoned, you can target one Resonator monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So we're going to bring back the Crimson Resonator, and then we're going to use Crimson Gaia. Why is that? You will see. We're going to pop off and this opening hand really hard. We're going to add Soul Resonator into the hand, because this card is going to start us a lot of combos. And then we're going to use Red Rising Dragon and Crimson Resonator. There we go. And here we go. Scarlet Dragon ARCHFIEND. So technically, normally I will do that with Red Dragon ARCHFIEND, but you will see why. But I will do that instead, for example, if you're going second or stuff like that, you will see why. So, but it's not that bad play though. I'm not going to normal summon Soul Resonator and trigger his effect. I'm going to add a level 4 all our Fiend from my deck. I'm then going to add Synchro Resonator. There we go. And then I'm going to special summon it, because if a synchro monster is on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. So that's what we're going to do. So normally you will have to, we will decide instead to have Born ARCHFIEND. Why I didn't do that? Because I have a Resonator Engine in my hand. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to use the Synchro Resonator, make a hard Red Dragon Abyss on the field, and then I'm going to use Resonator Engine to, resend back Synchro Resonator and Crimson Resonator into the deck, and then I'm going to add the Born ARCHFIEND with it. So that's why I'm always, it's not always do the same combo. Sometimes you can do variants of your own combos to be able to maximize the potential of the resources you're using. For example, this play was really good. I'm not sucking my own dick, I'm just, telling you. So we have our first Omni-Negate right here, that's really good. So we're going to use the Resonator Engine, like I said. There we go. Targeting, of course, the Crimson Resonator and the Synchron Resonator. I'm going to then add the Born ARCHFIEND, and then I'm going to shuffle these two into the deck. There we go. Sending these two into the deck. There we go. Shuffle that. Declaring the effect of ARCHFIEND. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can send one other card from your hand or field to the graveyard and special summon this card. So I'm just going to remove the engine because I forgot to do it. And then I'm going to special summon it. Then I'm going to use this effect. You can target one face-up monster you control that has a level, send one Friend Tuner from your end or deck to the graveyard, and if you do, increase or decrease that monster by one level. So I'm going to target Soul Resonator, I'm going to send Vision Resonator to the graveyard, and then I'm going to declare level 2. So now Soul Resonator decreased by 1, it's level 2, and I'm going to start combo. But first, we have to trigger the effect of Vision Resonator into the graveyard. So, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add one spell trap that mentioned Red Dragon ARCHFIEND from your deck to your hand. And then I'm decided to add Fiendish Golem, because yes, it mentioned Red Dragon ARCHFIEND and this effect. I'm then going to use Soul Resonator level 2 and the Born ARCHFIEND to then bring the Red Rising Dragon, which is really good. I mean, I think Red Rising Dragon is one of the reasons why ARCHFIEND is really good. Plus, it's not once per turn, so you're really cool with that. When this card is synchro summon, you can target one Resonator. There we go, we already know about it. It's not once per turn, it's only that, you have just this clause that you cannot special monster from your extra deck the turn you activate this effect, except Dark Dragon Synchro monster. But we're only playing that, so we don't care about this clause, So we're going to pop off, use those two, there we go, make a second mod, because when we bring Resonator back from the graveyard is level 3, so 6 plus 3 equals 9. So we then have two Omni-Negate, we have a Fiendish Golem that is also a negate, and Crimson Gaia that protects us, So yeah, that's really good. So that's the first replay, that was a really good end board, and now let's start with the second replay. There we go, second replay, ladies and gentlemen. So first of all, let's go with Resonator Call. I mean, that's such a great starter combo for this deck. And I think it's going to be a little bit similar than the last one, because the combos can be, sometimes different. You can try to use another way, but outside of that, it's always, the same thing. You can always finish on the same end board. But that's why I love this deck, is because even if you fucked up during your combo, you can still, find a way to redo it the proper way and stuff like that, and take bad stuff and too. So that's why I really love this deck for new players. So I'm going to add Crimson Resonator, special summon it because I control no monster, special summon Wandering King, blah blah blah. Now we already see that in the first replay. That's pretty much the same thing. We're going to bring back Crimson Resonator, boom boom, use the both of them. We're then going to use Red Dragon ARCHFIEND this time, and special summon Synchro Resonator, use the both of them to go into Odd Red Dragon ARCHFIEND Abyss. There we go. I'm now going to declare the effect of Single Resonator. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target one Resonator monster in your graveyard and add to your hand. So I'm going to trigger, add Crimson Resonator. Instead, I'm going to use Resonator command. Like I said, sometimes we're breaky, so we want other stuff. I'm going to discard one Resonator monster and add one level for all our friends from your deck to your hand. And there we go. And I'm going to add their Soul Resonator because yes, you can also use it to add another Resonator instead. It's not only used for the ARCHFIEND or Wandering King, so that's really good. There we go. Normal Summon Soul Resonator, triggering the effect. I'm going to add Vision Resonator. Now, why did I add it this time? Why did I add this card instead of, a Spell Trap or anything like that, or Crimson Gaia, for example? Well, it's because of the ARCHFIEND. Like I said, the combos, I can have variants of it. It's only the end board that is the same result, but the combos can be, quite variant. So I'm going to add Vision Resonator, then use ARCHFIEND effect to special summon onto the field by sending another card from your hand or field, and then going to send the Vision Resonator. And now since Vision Resonator is sent into the graveyard, I will activate trigger his effect. I'm going to add, Crimson Gaia, there we go. And then ARCHFIEND is going to trigger, targeting Soul Resonator, sending red resonator into the graveyard. And then we're going to make it level 2, use, here we go, Red Rising Dragon is back, but this time I'm not going to special summon back Soul Resonator on one of the others. I'm going to instead, you will see why, that's really funny, that's why I love it so much. Here we go, I'm going to trigger Red Rising Dragon. Technically, I could have decided to, do the same thing and finish with 2 Hard Red Dragon ARCHFIEND Abyss on the field, but this time I wanted to do something different. Red Resonator has a funny effect. When this card is special summoned, you can target one first-summon monster on the field and you gain life point equal to its attack. I wanted to do something different this time. I wanted to trigger, targeting all Red Dragon ARCHFIEND Abyss, gaining 3,200 life point. I find it really funny. It's sometimes you can do stuff like that, Then you can use the both of them. Boom, Scar Dragon ARCHFIEND on the field. You activate Crimson Gaia, activate his effect to add the Friendish Golem. And it's like, it's a variant. Like, technically, you will prefer to end on 2, all Red Dragon ARCHFIEND Abyss to, just have 2 negates instead of 1 monsters, I mean. But I don't know, this time I wanted to make something funny, I want to Scar Dragon ARCHFIEND, and if this card is sent from the, I can still special summon a Red Dragon ARCHFIEND and stuff like that, so yeah, I don't know. I wanted to do like that way. Is it good? I don't think so. I mean, thinking I could also, instead of this one, I could have summoned the other one that is like a bottle wipe on uncommon, I don't know, but yeah, I just wanted to show this one. It's quite funny, so yeah. Now I'm going, for the last replay, I'm going to show you the end testing of the deck, because of course that's what we want. We're going to do some end testing now to see if the deck is consistent or not, and as you can see, it's really good. For example, we have this opening end with a Red Resonator Call, we have, Crimson Gaia. This is like a free, it's a free. So we can just go to the next one. There we go. We're going to shuffle back the deck. Boom, boom, boom. Tack, 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 tack. There we go. Now we have 2 ARCHFIEND, we have Red Resonator Call, we have a Crimson Resonator, we have still again, it's just the same shit again. It's really good. Boom, 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 boom. Now what do we have here? This one is a little bit more complicated, so we're going to test it out. So I'm going to normal summon Red Resonator. When this card is normal summon, you can special summon 1 level 4 all our monster from your hand. So we're going to special summon ARCHFIEND. There we go. Is you do 2 of them to Red Rising Dragon. It uses effect to bring back the Red Resonator. Trigger the effect of Resonator to gain 2,100 life points. There we go. I'm going to then send the both of them into Scar Dragon ARCHFIEND. Set 1 and to graveyard and pass. Yeah, that's not really a good hand. That's a little bit breaky, but it's okay. We still have plays. That's the most important part, is that we still have plays. We have a Battle Fader, we have a Friendish Chain or Golem, I think so. I don't quite remember, but yeah, that was not bad. That's not like I'm break, I cannot do shit. I can still do shit, but it's not perfect, So this one again, really, really easy. We have Resonator Call, we have Pot, we have everything again, so yeah, really not breaky. As you can see, the deck is clearly not breaky. Look at this. There we go. That's really fantastic. We have so much stuff here going on. This one again. So as you can see, it's always not breaky. It's still good, like at this one again. Really not breaky. Boom, boom, boom. We check again. Yeah, this one is not breaky. This deck is really constant. I think it is way more consistent than the Blue Eyes one that I did last time. So yeah, if you're afraid of that deck that is not consistent, this one doesn't have this problem. So you can be free with that. So yeah, that guys, this is the three times structure deck of the Red Dragon ARCHFIEND and Genesis that is 100% legal. And what is really fun about this deck is that you can still change stuff. For example, you see it's 0 points. So if you start investing, then dollars and singles and trading in card and buying cards and stuff, you can easily upgrade this deck with good end traps. You can remove the Fiendish Chain and the Fiendish Golem with good end trap like Ash Blossom and stuff like that, with Nibiru and stuff like that, Droll and Lockbeard. You can do a lot of things, and that's what I really love about this deck, is that for a new player, I think this is one of the best structure deck to play. The combos are quite easy, but there's still a learning curve. You have infinite point, like look at this, you have all your points available if you want to upgrade your deck one day. So yeah, this is one deck that I do recommend, but on its own is still good. I really love this deck. It's more simple to play than the Blue Eyes, it's less breaky, you have chance to adapt your combos based off your resource and situation. So yeah, I really love this deck. But yeah, anyway guys, it was fun night. I hope you like this video. Don't hesitate to give comments and to like and to share and to sub to the channel. If you have requests about structure deck that you want me to transform into Genesis format, even old structure decks, you can do it. But yeah, it was fun night. Take care y'all. See you next time. Peace. Ciao ciao.